Did you know that motivation can be classified into two major types? We can get motivated by our own thoughts, or our motivation can come from external elements. When we are motivated to achieve something because it gives personal pleasure, we call it as intrinsic motivation. An example, supporting our parents on a regular basis without them ever asking for our help. Every time we extend the support, we get personal pleasure or satisfaction. That is the intrinsic motivation. When we use the intrinsic motivation, we are never seeking recognition from outside. In the example I said, we are not seeking recognition from our parents. It's all about the internal pleasure. As you can assume from the name, extrinsic motivation is the complete opposite of intrinsic motivation. In extrinsic motivation, we are looking for external rewards such as money, recognition, status, and respect. In today's world, it is very hard to find people who are driven by intrinsic motivation. Most of us are purely driven by extrinsic motivation. What are the sources of motivation? There are three sources of motivation. These are needs, instincts, and arousal. According to American psychologist Abraham Maslow, the first essential motivational needs are our physiological needs, such as air, food, and water. Once our physiological needs are satisfied, we become concerned about our safety. That includes our own physical safety and security, as well as our employment security. Then comes the belongings and love needs. Further to that comes esteem needs. Final need is self-actualization. When we get motivated to do any of these, we say it's a need-based motivation. We engage in certain behaviors because they help us to survive. We humans have behavioral patterns that are genetically hardwired that enhance our ability to cope with emergencies. Example, many of us are afraid of wild animals. When we are threatened, means an external stimuli is supplied, we take action. That is instinct motivation. The arousal theory of motivation suggests that people are driven to perform actions in order to maintain an optimum level of physiological arousal, a provocation, or encouragement. One of the key assumptions of the arousal theory is that we are motivated to pursue actions that help us maintain an ideal balance. A person with a high arousal level is more likely to do something risky, like skydiving, than someone who has low arousal levels. Remember that each person has a unique arousal level that is right for them. When our arousal levels drop below these personalized optimum levels, we seek some sort of stimulation to elevate them. If these levels become too elevated and we become overstimulated, we might be motivated to choose a relaxing activity, such as going for a walk or taking a nap. Hope you understood the different types of motivation and the sources of motivation.